This is Dan Stewart for your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Wednesday, July 21st, 2010. Well, the markets were up most of the day and did pretty well going into the early afternoon until Bernanke came out and started talking. They ought to keep him behind closed doors as far as I'm concerned. And some of the things out of his mouth were so incredulous. I don't know if he really understands how bad things really are and he's scared to death, or he's just plain dumb. I don't think he's dumb. In any event, the market sold off. The Dow reversed and was down 109 to 10,120. The S&P was down 13 to 1069, and the NASDAQ was down 35 to 2187. Gold was up 10 cents to 11.91. Silver was up 11 cents to $7.80. 5-year treasuries are at 1.65%, 10-year at 2.89%, and 30-year 3.9%. Yields were down and prices were up. There was a flight to quality. It all started off good. Morgan Stanley came out with net income that absolutely creamed estimates. But more importantly, their revenue was up over 50%. Remember, I've been saying all along going into this earnings season, it's about the top line. Can these companies have top line growth? Not net income, not bottom line growth. I will say this though, Morgan Stanley's revenue growth, when you think about it, isn't all that surprising. Because you know what? I'm sure they got some of Goldman Sach's clients. A lot of Goldman Sachs clients felt like they got betrayed, and the other big player in that space, that investment banking space, is Morgan Stanley. Well, the European countries were up across the board, with the exception of Spain, which was down marginally. Basic resources were up, and it was on our good economic news in the U.S. Of course, they were just closing when Bernanke came out and spoke. It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Asia's the same. Asia was up marginally. Hong Kong was up 1%. The only losers were Japan, Taiwan, and Singapore. Indonesia's stock market hit a record high, and their steel stocks and material stocks were also up. But again, it'll be interesting to see what Asian markets do tomorrow morning on the Bernanke news. Remember that Freddie and Fannie bailout of around $150 billion just a few weeks ago, and they said it probably wouldn't get much more? A new number came out today, folks. $700 billion more of taxpayer money to bail out Freddie and Fannie. The real estate market definitely is in the doldrums. You need to look at the correlation between the stock market and the real estate market. This has been Dan Stewart for your NORAM Asset Management Market Update, Wednesday, July 21st, 2010.